Is things changing for the better? This is Tony. Hope you're all doing well. And we're seeing some rumblings in Hollywood in a positive direction, I would say. And that's kind of different. Usually it's the exact opposite, right? Is there something changing? And actually in my other video, I got into some weird stuff over there. Not Hollywood, though. I'm noticing some strange patterns. And now we're going to be talking about Hollywood and its strange patterns. We have here Johnny Depp is going to be back in Pirates of the Caribbean. Can you even believe that? That sounds like impossible. We'll get into that. We got this story with Sophie Cunningham, who is in the WNBA, and all the sort of back and forth about what she recently said. And what's interesting is who chimed in. We got a major Hollywood actor, Hugh Laurie, chiming in an interesting way. And we got a number of other stories as well. Hugh Jackman, we got also the Wolverine and much more. Let's just get going here. Let's start with Jerry Bruckheimer says they are talking to Johnny Depp about reprising his role as Captain Jack Sparrow in the new Pirates of the Caribbean movie. And they were like adamant about never bringing him back. Let's just check this out real quick.
The Caribbean 6. What's going on there? We had Johnny Depp show up as Ebenezer, make a splash at Comic-Con. People were super excited. So what can you say about Pirates of the Caribbean 6? Are you talking to Johnny about coming back as Captain Jack? What's going on?
We're talking to Johnny. We're working on a screenplay, and hopefully we can get this done.
Pirates of the Caribbean 6.
That's awesome. They were saying that they would never bring him back. They were extremely adamant about it. And it looks like they're giving in. And what's really interesting is just how much Johnny Depp loved the role. He says he often travels around with a Jack Sparrow costume so that when there's a chance to visit sick kids and cheer them up, he can. You're without a doubt the worst pilot I've ever heard of, but you've heard of me. Let's check this out.
Travel with Captain Jack. And if I have the opportunity, whenever I do, I will go to these places. I'll go to somebody's house. If you can make them smile a little, laugh a little, forget a little, even if it's for 30 seconds, that's
pretty awesome.
For me is what Captain Jack Sparrow is all about.
I mean, this reminds me of Jim Carrey and why he started doing comedy himself. Because his mom, he would entertain her, trying to make her happy. And maybe he had some sort of history himself. I don't know, Johnny Depp and his family, or perhaps some friend or something he was trying to entertain when he was younger. I don't know. I don't know the story behind his life. But the fact that he'll be brought back is awesome, if you ask me. Because they were saying they were very adamant about never bringing him back. I remember that. We're going to get into a ton of stuff. We're just getting started. We're going to talk about Sophie Cunningham from the WNBA, who recently said that men should not be in women's sports. And everyone, of course, freaking out over it. We have an unexpected person jumping in, chiming in as well. We'll get into that and a ton of other stuff. First, I got to mention food supply, 25 years shelf life. Link is in the description. You definitely want to get this if you've not already. They got lots of different options available. You see all the wonderful things happening around us. It's always wise to be prepared for whatever might be next. Whatever mostly peaceful things happening next. $3, or no, not $3, $30 for 3 days worth. They have also much bigger packages at 3 months worth for, I think, $700 and something. You can't get that definitely in Walmart these days. $700 for 3 months of food? Yeah, right. You can get that from them. 25 years shelf life. Go check it out. This book here, The Lost Ways, How Your Great-Great-Grandfather Lived Without Electricity. How to build a cellar, do things around the house as they did in the old days. You never know what's going to happen next. You got, obviously, some of these movies we've watched with robots, and you got these robots. They literally have a robot Olympics this month in Beijing. 2,000 humanoid robots in a competition with 66 teams. I thought that was a little weird. Never know what's next. You might as well get that book. Get the print version, $37. Let's get back to the video. Also, go check out all our social media link below. Sophie Cunningham responds to criticism over her recent comments to ESPN about wanting to protect women's sports from biological men. I said what I said. I think it's common sense. When it comes to just protecting young girls in sport and women in sport, I feel strong. Let's just play this real quick.
ESPN, you talked about wanting to protect young girls who shouldn't have to go against biological men. Just can you expand your viewpoint on that?
I mean, I think I said what I said. I think it's kind of common sense. And I think I'll always believe in that. I think it's really important to protect children, and that's little girls who are also involved in that category. And so I stand on what I said, and I always believe that.
Yeah. Do you see your advocacy on that, like, taking any form going forward?
You know, I don't know. I'm not a very political person, but I do have beliefs. I have morals, and I'll always stand on those and be true to who I am. And I think people are going to take it how they want to take it, but I've never even really said anything about that.
Oh, yeah, they're going to take it the way they want to take it. That's already happened, actually. Lots of people boycotting her merchandise and burning it, protesting. We'll get into all that in a second here. Transgender WNBA fans are reportedly started to burn their Sophie Cunningham jerseys because she said, "No men in women's sports." Let's just check this out real quick.
A fantastic basketball player. And she's been a bit of a celebrity. She's actually bonded with Dana White. She goes to UFC events. And I think her profile is only going to grow. The one thing she said in 2022, she came out and basically was against Leah Thomas. When Riley Gaines, who's now with us now on Outkick, said, "I should not be swimming against a transgender athlete." And then she said she got a lot of hate because of that. She goes, "I'm not against transgender. I'm not even political."
It's kind of funny, actually, because we have a famous actor who just entered this whole topic. And I don't know. It's kind of weird what he wrote, actually. It's kind of interesting at the same time. We'll get into it in a minute. It's from House, that the doctor, the guy that plays the doctor in the TV show House. What's his name? His name is Hugh Laurie. He tweeted out something that got a lot of people riled up. We'll get into that in a second here. But you also have lots of people protesting outside. Crowds are showing up while the Minnesota Lynx wore shirts declaring trans kids belong. The real story remains Sophie Cunningham's refusal to back down on women's sports. Activists supporting her were on the ground, reported lots of obscenities from the other side. One activist was allegedly assaulted, yet the numbers tell a different story. 17,000 fans packed the arena. Strong turnout, and Cunningham's sneakers sold out within 48 hours after she spoke out. Pete McNabb's take: "It's not easy to hold this line at the peak of your career. Under that kind of pressure, Sophie is doing it anyway because she wants the next generation of girls to have the same opportunities she had." So a lot of people clashing outside. Oh yeah, they're just like arguing and stuff. So kind of interesting what's going on with that whole thing. Obviously, you have people not happy with her getting rid of their jerseys, burning them.
WNBA fans reportedly starting to burn their Sophie Cunningham jerseys because she said no men in women's sports. So things are getting pretty crazy out here. We even had Trump say this, and this is just absolutely hilarious about the whole situation.
I'd be the greatest women's basketball coach in history.
Oh my goodness, dude. He's so funny, dude.
James, it doesn't matter. Say, LeBron, did you ever have any desire to be a woman?
Yeah, okay, that'll work. LeBron James.
Because what I'd love you to do is star on my team that I'm building up. I will have the greatest...
Oh my goodness, dude, seriously. And that actually kind of relates to what Hugh was saying in this tweet. He was talking about height. Strange with the whole Bryogus should happen in professional basketball where 99.9% of the world are effectively women. Per Pablo Torre of Sports Illustrated, if you're an American man between 20 to 40 years of age and 7 feet tall or more, there's a 17% chance you're already in the NBA. So apparently, if you're short, you're not a man. This is kind of what is implied with his tweet there. He's kind of joking, a little cheeky there. Lots of people coming in response. Hi, Hugh. Don't know if you remember me. I'm the lady you kind of made famous by replying to my review of House in the style of Dr. House. Granted, I don't know much about procedural medical dramas. Well, I didn't until House fans educated me. Nor do I know much about basketball. I am, after all, mere 5'3" woman, but I do know a bit about fairness in women's sport. Forgive me if I misunderstood your elegant prose, but I think you're saying basketball is already an elitist sport because most of us are excluded by our height regardless of our sex. However, the average WNBA player is around 6 foot. The average NBA player is 6'6". Height, oh, there's that number again. Height isn't the only difference, of course. Male basketball players are on average faster, jump higher, generate more power, have physiological advantages that affect performance. Hi, Janet. We meet again. The only point my vodka bottle was making was that the astounding physical preference that basketball has for a single characteristic greater than any other sport I can think of. Yes, jockeys are often small and sumo wrestlers are often wide. But if I told you that 70% of short people are professional jockeys or 70% of fat Japanese men are professional wrestlers, you wouldn't believe me. And you'd be right because that couldn't possibly be true, but it is true for 7 foot tall men. I just find that amazing. I also find it amazing that no one else finds it amazing. He's just made a comment. This is what so this is funny because I don't think he really intended a lot from this, but everyone freaking out over it, right? It's just kind of funny. Lots of people getting mad at him over it. We weren't rendered women by virtue of being short. I would have thought an intelligent man would understand this, of course, but we are rendered ineligible. It was just an observation, not even mine, about that particular sport. Goodness gracious. Everyone's just freaking out over what he said. This is what's so funny about these type of topics. I mean, it's literally basketball, right? Like, I mean, it's so simple. You have the biological reality, right? You have size, effect of different hormones cause you to jump higher, to have stronger bones, all that kind of stuff. It's an important thing. And they're just like, I think honestly, Sophie's right in the aspect of you want to have women have a chance, right? You want them to have a chance in whatever sport they're going into, not to be treated differently than they should be, because clearly there is an advantage in some respects when you're biological male. We can see it in various, it's not every sport. Some sports it's maybe equal. I don't know, maybe archery or I don't know. I don't know what sport it is, but I'm sure there's a few of them out there where it might be almost equal, right? And so it is a big deal. Like I used to be a swimmer when I was younger in high school, and the slowest male in regionals was faster than the fastest female, right? I mean, their numbers were quite a bit different just for even like the 50 yard. I mean, it was like really, or 50 meters, not yard. It'd be 50 meter swim, like back and forth on the pool. It was like 4 seconds difference at least, often 4 or 5 seconds difference. And I was like pretty substandard on that particular race, and I was as fast as the fastest woman. There's guys way faster than me, okay, because I wasn't very good at that particular event. Let's just put it that way. I was better at some of the other ones, like butterfly or whatever, but you know what I mean? So you get the idea. But, and I wasn't exactly the fastest swimmer in the world. Usually guys, you want to be really tall in swimming as well. Taller you are as a swimmer, particularly if you have long arm reach, that's the best part. Long arm reach, very good for swimming. So, at any rate, I think you get kind of the idea. But the fact is, it's just kind of amazing how this goes into such the stratosphere. People just freaking out over that topic, right? Then you got this here. Hugh, I talked recently about Hugh Jackman. I did a video on him on this channel. I think it was like video before last, or no, it was maybe a couple of videos ago. But then there's this new game that just came out, Wolverine, and a lot of people are commenting on some of the scenes in Wolverine, and it actually relates to this topic. So this new game is called Wolverine. What is it called? The new game is, I'm trying to remember the exact name. No, newest game. Newest. It just keeps telling me Marvel. Is it Marvel's Wolverine? I thought it was actually something else on the end. No, I guess it's just Marvel's Wolverine. Okay. So it's called Marvel's Wolverine. And I could swear there was something. Maybe it was the PS5 is the part I was thinking of. So it's on the PS5 here. And a lot of people are commenting on some of the scenes in the game, particularly this one right here. Okay, let's see this scene. Wolverine, who is almost indestructible, is on his knees being subdued by 4 random enemies that don't even look that strong. Mystique, empowered with a man's face, reveals her identity and lunges to save him while Logan stays on his knees and does nothing. This is what we're talking about, where the guy needs to be saved all the time, of course, by a woman.
You gonna do this or should I?
So, of course, she does all this, beats them all up, and he just stays on his knees the whole time, right? It's like, easily he could have got up and did anything. If you've watched any of the movies of Wolverine, he was very strong and could have easily handled those 4 guys, no problem whatsoever. But it just shows you kind of what they're doing with the games, where they put this in movies. Why are they so obsessed with this? Got to have the girl boss everywhere now. And it's not like we didn't like them in the first place. We liked movies like Alien, or was it Aliens? We had Sigourney Weaver, and no one thought anything bad of it. The thing is when they start changing stories. So in the case of Aliens with Sigourney Weaver, it was a brand new story. No one had a problem with her being the girl boss, right? But what they do these days is they seem to change the stories. We know Wolverine could have easily handled those guys, but they had to make this storyline where he's weak and needs help. Of course, from this woman, Mystique, right? That's what we're talking about. Back in the 90s, they had girl bosses, and we didn't ever question it because it made sense. Like in Terminator, I can't remember her name. Was it Laura or whatever? The lady that's part of Terminator series. No one questioned that. It made sense, right? It's because it was an original character. It was realistic. It wasn't unreal. We had Lara Croft, in the Tomb Raider thing. It was realistic, or realistic-ish, or believable-ish, or whatever you want to call it. And it wasn't some obvious thing where they're trying to make men look, of course, weak, with the woman, of course, saving him. That's the entire point. But at any rate, we're not doing any of that kind of garbage, as you would say, in our game. We're making a game as well called Noah VR, or Apocrypha on Genesis. You can get involved if you're interested. There is an investment opportunity. $400 will get you a seat with the other shareholders. And actually, my one of my main developers just sent me a video. I got to put it in one of my new videos. I'm going to put it in. I haven't even looked at it. He just sent me an email earlier today. So he finally made some clips for me to check out. Maybe I can show you guys. But 33% of Noah VR profits are set aside for all those to get involved. There's 700 seats, $400 to get involved if you want to. Link is in the description for that. Go also check all my other links below. We are on X doing things over there every day. We got posts over there. Anyway, that's my video. Kind of want to know what some of you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below. And thanks for watching.